Welcome back to Operation C.M.G, the podcast that covers comic movies and games. I'm your host, Dustin.
And I'm Jacob.
And I'm Juice.
That was my super fast intro because we're talking about Sonic. Gotta go fast. First thing we're going to talk about, though, talking about three things today. We're talking about a little Batman teaser, talk about some Call of Duty Season 2, and then Sonic the Hedgehog. Or Sonic. The meme.
Yeah.
The meme Sonic. Alright, so my bat dick is about to get really erect talking about this.
What is it? 1 minute?
It's like 52 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like...
Was it that?
It's a yeah.
Did you even
so
watch it?
It was 20 something seconds, I thought.
no, the one it's like 1 minute and 3 seconds, but half of not half, but like the first
Half of it.
The first 10 seconds is literally a black screen. So it's like 1:03, but the first 10 seconds is just black.
Basically, Matt Reeves posted on Vimeo, what the app is, the first screen footage of Robert Pattinson as the Batman.
In suit.
Yeah, and the score that's in that is it going to be that is like the full theme, or it's part of the theme.
Okay.
Because I saw where like what would you call him, the musical producer of the movie, I guess, where he was like
The composer.
The composer, there you go. Where he was talking about like I can't wait for everybody to hear the full thing, which sounds really cool. It sounds very ominous and very.
It does.
It's very dramatic. It's like it's like a basically like a black room with a red light. Kind of walks forward to the chest. He's got like a very mechanical looking bat suit on. Way different bat suit than we've ever seen before. It's like very skinny and long. It's as if the bat has no ears on top. And then it kind of pans to the side. You see the shoulder. The cape has like actual collar around it. It looks pretty cool. And then you see it kind of pans up and you see the face. We don't get to see the ears yet, which that's like the one thing that really bothers me about the cowl, because we can't see the ears yet. But you see the mask. It looks almost like it's like skin tight almost.
Yeah, but the bottom piece right here was so like loose.
Well, it's like the suit looks almost metal, but the cowl looks leather, and you can see the stitching in it.
Like a thick skin tight leather.
Yeah.
It's not like not like a skinny jean kind of tight,
yeah.
but it's like that with extra padding.
Yeah. This is gonna be. I think this is the first Batman that's gonna have a cowl that actually has no jaw protection. Like you fully see, like basically it comes to his like the bottom of his neck, basically. Basically like it's open underneath his Adam's apple, because like Robert Pattinson does have like a very prominent jaw, which looks really good. The eye holes are open. People are mad about that. Some people aren't. It's whatever. And then the last second he like kind of like looks up and you get like a different. The lighting just kind of changes where you can see the mask a little more. The nose is very different too. It's very small. Like Batman has a very the nose is very pointed.
It looks almost pointy.
Like every other Batman's nose, this one it feels like the other ones like come out very far. And then this one, it feels like it comes down. Like immediately down.
Yeah.
And it looks really small.
Yeah.
Which looks very different. And I've been saying this from day one. And like, I'm kind of worried because I was talking so much shit about Joker. And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm talking so much great stuff about this movie. And if it's terrible, I'm gonna cry. Real tears. But I love it. Like there is not a single thing about this Batman suit.
Other than the fact you can't see the ears currently.
I just want to see it.
You don't get the ears, you don't get the cape, you don't get like...
So.
You get the cape a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like, at the very bottom of it, where like you, sometimes it's...
If it's straight or if it's
tattered.
Swiggly.
Yeah. There was one thing too about, whenever it came out, I was at work. And that's whenever you said it to me. We had, one of my other friends at work, he was telling me of the comic book that he read before where it was... The bat symbol reminded him of this comic book run where Batman took Joe Chill's gun and was going to keep it, like next to the penny and all that in the cave, and took it.
That's Detective Comics 1000.
Yeah, and he's like, no, like, Alfred's like, Bruce is like really dark even for you, and he was like, I'm not keeping it. and he like melts it down and makes the bat symbol. He's like that's what it almost reminds me of.
He doesn't make the bat symbol. He makes the the idea behind the symbol to begin with from the very beginning, behind the yellow symbol, was there was actually the only part of his bat suit that had Kevlar.
Yeah.
Underneath it, I told you this before.
Yeah.
So they redid that like years and years later of like he melted down Joshua's gun and stuck that's the metal that is the Kevlar underneath the suit.
The back plating
Of it is the gun, and then there's a lot of speculation that this gun or this bat symbol is the gun because it's very weird looking. But
looks like it's almost in pieces, but
the
all together.
The very, 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 very first bat symbol on the very first Batman from 1939 looked exactly like this. It doesn't have ears. If you look, I have a pop that's. Look up the Batman right there. On the right.
Yeah, right.
See, it's got no ears.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like
I
that.
kind of like it, to be
I
honest.
love it.
I like how it doesn't have the ears.
I think.
All of us are looking around now to see all the different earstyles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think. I mean, we've had so many. There's so. I mean, look around.
There's so many
Batman. So there's so much
depictions
of the symbol, and it's like we've never got the symbol that looks like that.
Yeah.
Before, it's so unique.
It's mechanical.
I love it, dude. I'm so pumped.
I feel like the only thing that bothered me, and I kind of got over it quick because I figured like, this is probably not the last test they'll ever do with the suit, like fitting wise. But that part that's under here, like right next to his cheek line, that right there, like it looks really open. It looks like it's not on him. So I was like, maybe that's like a fitting thing, and like I'll.
His nose is too big for it.
Take it for what it is.
He's got a pretty small nose, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah, but it does come straight down from like here.
Yeah.
That probably right around here. It's
Like,
butting it
like-
that it just pushes out a little bit.
Like y'all's noses, how they're like.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between y'all's nose and my nose, I think his nose is kind of like my nose, how it's like it's curved in.
Yeah.
That's why I think it can go straight down, like instead of like
curving out and
coming up like this, because you got to fit the nose in there. This
Yeah.
one, I don't know. It looks kind of. The mask has like some serious Adam West vibes.
How so?
I didn't get.
I don't know. There's the stitching, because if you look, you can see the stitching here, and then also when it gets kind of to where his actual ears are, you can see where the stitching goes up.
I didn't really pay too much attention to that.
I've looked at a lot of like HD
comparing them all.
Yeah, I've obsessed over this a little bit, but I don't know what it is. I mean, it's so unique, and a lot of people are mad because of the cowl. One, because they're like, oh, we're not gonna get the white eyes, and it's like, first of all, we don't know if we're gonna get the white eyes or not. It could be, you don't know yet. It could be. He could use this cowl, and then he could get a different one of that.
Yeah, it may not be the full thing, just enough to kind of...
Because the suit does look way more high-tech than the mask does.
Yes.
So who knows what's going to happen here.
And they've already started shooting, right? Like
that's why it kind of gave me some Adam West vibes, is because like the lighting of it kind of like it looks like the draw lines that he had on the original mask.
I love how
But you see what I'm saying? Like it comes off of his face a little bit, like that part.
I love, and I'm trying to look around. I think this is the first time you can see underneath Batman's nose. Live action stuff. Yeah, because in that photo right there, you can see his nostrils. And on that one, you
where the
definitely
bottom of
yeah, like
and
right
I know
here.
some of them you can't either in the other live action ones.
Or
it's actually.
I don't remember the Batfleck. What if he did or not?
I don't know. It's just so unique. I love it a lot. But what was I saying?
you talking about stitching?
No.
West.
They were, and then people were like, they're mad that they're mad about the color, that how it's not blue and white, like a blue and gray. But first of all, it's red, so we don't even know that either yet.
Yeah, like the colors, you really can't tell that. It's almost grayscale on the suit, so if there was any color, it would be drowned out by
the filters.
The filter, yeah.
I mean, it could be one of those things like when in like Arkham Knight, how he gets the new suit in the cowl is different. Maybe he could be working on the cowl to make it fit. Like I guess.
I did read a thing that said it was something like this is like a homemade thing. Like he's like Bruce is making this like
Like
he's making it
one
himself.
thing?
Yeah, and he's posted. So basically, like the things that I've read, the rumored things is that this is gonna be take place in the year 2 of, or he's gonna be 2 years in as Batman.
Okay.
So still fairly new.
Yeah.
So no Robin yet, right?
I highly doubt there's Robin. If there's Robin, I think we don't know that for a while.
Yeah.
But I doubt there's gonna be a Robin.
At least casting wise.
The suit's a homemade suit. Bruce made it himself. Which I think, honestly, all that means is that it's not going to be like Dark Knight, where it's kind of like given to him by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the other thing was that Lucius. The car is this Batmobile is going to be it's going to look a lot like a muscle car.
Ooh.
Like then this Batmobile is going to be like
style.
It's not. They're going away from like big armored tank look to like
thank God
small, like just a really powerful ass fast car.
That was the kind of Batman vehicle style that I liked.
Which one?
That less tanky feel.
Yeah.
The low profile kind of car. Because it's slowly been evolving into
this armored vehicle.
Because
Batman.
This instead.
Yeah.
And so the low profile, got to go fast. We got to have guns and missiles and everything else.
Yeah, I like you remember? Did you guys play Arkham Asylum?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you remember the scene where you're tracking down when Gordon gets captured and then Batman brings in the Batcar?
Yeah.
You don't get to drive it, but like you
see it.
You get to look at it, like it gets parked in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what I like. It looks like a small, compact, like it's really loud and but it's like a muscle car.
Yeah.
Like if you took like a Shelby GT and fucking made it black and put some wings on the back of it.
A little bit of armor, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's just
like you just take like fucking you just mold it with like extra like body kits and shit. You just kind of mold it around, but it's still
it's super high tech on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It gets in there and it's like all lights and stuff, but it's not like a fucking. It's not like the tumbler from the Nolan.
I hated the tumbler.
Something you could drive if you weren't the Batman around town.
Dude,
if you drive around and just send this tank,
didn't Batman used to have a car that was like red and it would change into the Batmobile?
That's in the Telltale shit. I love that idea. In the Telltale games, he has like, looks just like a blue Ferrari, honestly. And when he gets in it, they can basically just press a button and it just like transforms into the bat. Like, it turns black and it like all different compartments of it like come out and it looks like if you like imagine a Ferrari style car like the Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, I did like it. It looked badass.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the part that just bothers me. I went back when I was looking at it again, like the space underneath it. It just kind of it go to me now. Like after you talked about it, having like the homemade look to it, it kind of goes with that. That tad bit of space that
Why does that bother you so much?
I don't know why. Because like I feel like it needs to be tight. Like it needs to be form fitting.
I don't
watch.
think it
We'll
does.
probably be watching the movie and you won't even be able to tell.
That's what I'm saying too. Is like, I'm taking it for what it is.
Well, I mean, I think honestly they do that because like every other Batman like has had a mask that like the only part of their skin you can see is like this, and it's tight and it looks like this.
Yeah.
But
That's what I'm saying. Like after
and their
you
face
were talking,
looks like this, dude. Like they're.
And after you were talking about like the homemade look too, and like it's going a different way with it, that it kind of makes me feel better.
Yeah, if you remember the original Bat suit from Batman Begins, like Christian Bale's face, like the skin was like fucking poking out like this.
Yeah.
This one, it's just raw. It's his face. Like he looks normal.
Like,
I mean, I do
just
like
sits
it.
on it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the teaser, if that's what we want to call it, the almost suit drop is really all it was.
Suit drop.
Was how ominous it was. My favorite Batman is the Batman who's almost sadistic, and I've already told you this, who, saving people's cool and all, but I really just like to punch people in the face, and it gives me an excuse and a target, so he kind of enjoys it too much. I don't think that's the kind of Batman we're gonna get, but
it's more geared towards that.
It felt like it was more towards that.
Does that score just seem
that score really is That and then the red lighting that they did,
Yeah.
which really kind of brought out that, you know,
Dramatic feel.
the almost maniacal feeling
Yeah.
behind, you know, what Batman might be.
Like, that guy is gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna break
If you
your
crossed
bone.
him in a dark alley, this is not the kind of Batman you want there.
Yeah.
There was also, I think, a leak on Twitter today that I saw this morning before driving over here. We had it looked like a leak of somebody was claiming that they said they weren't sure, but from what it looked like filming for the movie, and it was a bunch of people with basically like white painted faces, and it kind of looks like clown faces who this person is jogging by on the track, and
No,
then they beat
no.
him up and
Yeah, I've
like
seen
mug
it.
him.
That was they were I saw the things. It was actually skull faces,
Was it Skull?
and they were that actually it was basically someone filmed the scene of basically Bruce Wayne's like jogging and he gets jumped by like a gang.
So it is like
But it wasn't Robert Pattinson. It was the stunt double.
I saw it this morning. I was like,
I saw the stuff. I that was
one thing dropped, and I was like, "Damn, this is gonna keep going." Like all the
well. I mean,
it being like literally a couple days after too. I was like,
we've already seen the Penguin. We've already seen what Colin Farrell's gonna look like as the Penguin. That got leaked, and then a couple of
I
them
must
like
have missed that.
basic things. Someone filmed.
What do you think of the Penguin, real quick, before we go on a little bit more?
He's definitely going out. They're definitely going after like the Emperor Penguin look,
Yeah.
where he's tall, like he's not fat.
He's tall, he's not big,
He's just a normal guy. He's
Yeah.
a normal guy with like white slicked back or blonde, depending on like the age, like slicked back hair. Which is why they call that the Emperor Penguin, because the Emperor Penguin has blue hair that looks like that, or not blue hair. What is the yellow hair that's on top of their head? I like it.
It's not what I was expecting. The second time I saw it, like the second time I went back and looked at it, I was like, I kind of like this. And another reason why
We
is
do see him from afar.
I feel like we're getting a lot more Batman stuff that is really Birds of Prey and all, where it's going more away from like the comic feel to just your villains are straight up gang bangers who have like things that could actually be realistic and more away from just like these super villains, and that's kind of the Penguin vibe that I'm getting from that. Kind of like
mob boss.
The mob boss leader. You know, you can't have just this little fat guy who's got a lot of money and be scared of him. You need someone who's, you know, intimidating, and you get that kind of feel from the Penguin.
Yeah.
Oh,
This movie's gonna be great. I'm calling it.
You should probably say it's gonna suck as bad as you said Joker was. That way, we know for sure it's great.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't want to jinx it because that would be a terrible letdown. This is like the third or fourth episode where we're like, man, we got another drop. We're so excited since we started.
I don't know, man. There have been some pretty shitty Batman movies.
That's fair.
I don't know if there's been shitty, but there's definitely been bad ones.
Yeah.
Have you seen Batman Forever?
Okay, I haven't, but mainly because everyone's told me how bad
Batman
it
Forever,
is.
Jim Carrey, Two-Face.
No, that's
Which
Batman
one is that?
Robin. Val Kilmer was not a bad Batman, but George Clooney.
Oh,
Bat
that one.
nipples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you something right now, son.
People have told me not to watch that one, so I haven't.
There's literally a scene where they are auctioning off a diamond, and Batman decides to buy it. My cat's trying to get in this room. Go away!
What if we just open it and put the bottle?
Actually, just let him in. Just him. Not the other one.
Sorry, slight intermission.
He's just gonna sit there and look at this.
Yeah, and Batman's
That's all
like, he's like, and brings out a credit card, a Batman credit card, like from the bank of Batman, and you know what the expiration date says?
What?
Forever.
God dang it.
So, I'm gonna hold my breath on. This can't be the worst. So.
Fair enough.
All right.
Now I'm just thinking that whole movie is entitled after that fucking credit card.
It's probably not, but I mean, it definitely could be. And Joel Schumacher is a terrible director. All right, complete 180. Talking about comic books, now we're going to talk about war video games. Call of Duty Season 2.
Again, but different topic.
I watched a lot of playthroughs.
You can play it today, have you?
Oh. But I've watched.
He probably saw that download size and was like, "Yeah, not gonna happen today, brother."
They added akimbo.
They did add akimbo pistols.
It looks fucking dope.
Added Rust. Whole Season 2, Ghost is a playable character now.
Along with 2 others to be.
Mm-hmm. Or one other.
Is it one? I can't remember. There's one for sure that you're gonna have to buy a package for. I think there may be another one that's coming too. Kind of like what they did with Nico and Mara.
Yeah.
I think Ghost was a fan throw-in. I think there is also 2 more that are supposedly coming.
Does anybody look to see if like Ghost has like his old outfit?
He does.
He doesn't.
But I mean, his old outfit's just an ordinary ass soldier uniform with a ghost mask on.
And honestly, they'll probably, if they're smart, put it in a store package. That way you can spend some money to get it. Because a lot of people want it.
His tier 100 skin kind of looks like that.
Yeah, that is fair enough.
He also like after we talked about this last time, I went home and thought about it. It's like this is way before he, not way before, but definitely way before he dies. But like, it's way before he's done a lot of missions with them. Way before Modern Warfare 2. So he doesn't have, he may not have that mask yet, or he may not have all that gear yet, or may not have, you know what I mean? Like, this is before.
I guess. I don't even care. I don't even care about the Call of Duty timeline. I think it fucking looks awesome.
I do if it involves Ghost. He's just a really fascinating characters, the comic books and all.
I mean, I guess in the fleshed out stuff, he's very popular. But like, I feel like he's Boba Fett in the sense of like, he was honestly barely in the fucking games, and people just liked him for kind of no reason. And then he got really popular.
He looked cool.
That's kind of
he
looked Boba Fett.
And so that's the thing. A lot of the people who are, because he is the most favorite Call of Duty character out of all the games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Out of all of
you
them,
never
including Black Ops,
play as him.
like you don't play as him, nothing. But he's the most favorite character, and it's got to be because of how he looks. And so they bring him back, and then they change how he looks, and all the people that are, that's my favorite character. The only reason you like him is because he looked that way. So you kind of brought him back as a little throw to, without recognizing that he's not a good character. He's a cool looking. He's not a bad character. Don't get me wrong, but people don't like him for his full-on story. Most people like him because that's what it looks like.
I've delved that deep.
But I think.
So what do you know about Ghost? Like, what is this? What's the
like the origin of his mask?
Yeah.
Like in the comic books and stuff like that, they talk about how like he was like abused by his dad and this and that. And if I'm not mistaken, in the first issue, he's like 12 years old, being abused. And it's a flashback from him being tied up in a chair, and he has the mask on and everything like that, and he's waiting there, like, beating him up. And every time he gets hit, he goes back to that night where his dad's beating him up and beating him up and beating him up, and he finally just kind of reaches up, like, the knife that's over there, whatever, like, grabs it and drops it in his hands like that, cuts it out, and then stabs his dad in the fucking head. And his dad's friend, who was in the war, who died, or I think it was like Vietnam War or something like that, had the mask from, like, a covert op thing. And he took it as like his dad basically was like, you can't take that, that's mine. Like, I can't believe you've done this to me. That's mine. You can't take the only thing I have left of my best friend or whatever. And he looked at him. He says, just watch. And he's basically like, he's telling him like, I'm gonna give it the same meaning, give it the honor that it's meant for. And he put it on. He's like never taken it off. Becomes Ghost, where nobody knows anything but his name, or even if his name's correct. And he was just an abused kid, this and that. He's been on a lot of covert op missions, and to me, he's a really interesting character. The comic books, I think it was like 10 or 11 issues, but they're actually really good. The writing's a little bit shitty, but that's what I kind of expected.
Comic books, so
yeah, but it's really good.
Isn't his name Simon Riley?
Simon, yeah.
But
Simon
I don't know. I think he looks cool.
I do too.
No, I didn't.
He's
think
got
it
like
looked
a
cool
like a
either.
half cloak on,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. I don't know. It looks really cool. Brought back Rust. They brought back pretty much everything we said last episode was the leak we had was completely true.
Yep.
What were the two guns?
The
Is it
what are
UMP?
they, AR-5. Basically, is a UMP. Basically,
Yeah.
It's called
I'm
the
assuming-
Striker 45. It looks kind of different, but it's basically UMP, 100%.
So I'm assuming you can get parts.
And
that probably
then
makes it look like
you
it.
know, basically the best I can describe this. You know, if you're any Siege players out there, you know, IQ, her AR, the small one, not the. She has
Commando, whatever it's called.
That's
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Ooh.
It's a pretty good gun. I haven't unlocked it
But
yet.
they're both ARs.
No, the Striker 45 is a submachine gun.
So
The UMP.
So we got last season we had an AR and an LMG, and now we have an AR and a submachine gun.
Which I wish they would stop coming out with ARs. It is
That's what I
making
was-
it very difficult to get platinum.
Well, I think the
ARs.
next thing that's come out is a sniper rifle.
It's got to be probably a sniper and a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. It's gonna be two different RPGs. Thought y'all threw a loop.
They've got all the RPGs covered. I like RPGs. I'm not somebody that runs around and uses them. I also don't despise them as much. But I try to unlock all the skins.
I fucking hate it.
The Joker is literally that. It's a joke to get skins on that one. I will probably never be able to get Damascus because getting 125 kills with the Joker.
Well, it's basically like a mini cruise missile.
Yeah, but you can't control it. It's just like, I'm going to throw it over there. I have to wait 2 seconds before it launches because it has to click, and then you have to hold it down like, are you sure this is where you want to fire? Are you really sure? Okay, now we'll fire. So by that time, everyone sees that you're just... I probably shouldn't be here. I'm just going to walk around because the missile takes like 4 or 5 seconds to get there. By that time, you're on the other side of the map.
I bet you could use something like ground war.
If the point is open.
And it's not an enclosed
If
area.
there's a building, if it had building damage penetration, cool. I can get it where it's almost like a precision airstrike. But it's not. It's just open area, large area, but it doesn't do anything.
But I mean, I think Call of Duty. I think they're doing everything right now. I think they're
oh yeah.
they're mixture of new stuff, old stuff we like, in moderation. So it's not like, you know, just like we're just force feeding you all this old shit. I really like what they're doing with their store. They're constantly
too.
updating, little packs and stuff, the different skins for guns and variants and stuff like that. It's really cool. I just like.
It doesn't feel like something that even if you want to buy skins, you're throwing all your money at. I think I've dropped like $25 on it. I got the first battle pass, and honestly, if you get to 100 on the battle pass, I don't even think it's $5 to be able to get the next season's battle pass because you get so many CP along the way. You get 100 at a time.
It's like any other battle pass. It's like if
you get 100 at a time, and I
if
think
you save
get,
all the coins, you'll
Yeah.
be able to unlock the next battle pass for free.
The
Yeah.
thing that I really love about, like, especially this Call of Duty, it having the store, is the store like say you take Fortnite, right? This whole section over here on the left side and then the right side, they both change at different times. But when this one changes, all of that goes away, right? So you have to make a decision in that 24 hours, or what is it, 18 or 12 or something like that, that you
It changes every day. in
that you
Fortnite.
need to
Yeah.
get this one
But
before it goes away.
a COD it
COD,
lasts
like, takes
every
it
a day or
To
two.
the side or something.
But it's almost always around. There's not enough stuff in the store right now where once it's gone, you don't see it again.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that probably in a year it'll kind of be like that. But right now you
There-
still
that-
got.
But the way I see it doing it is that, like, let's say like the anime gun, that one is like here on like the main page when you click on that operator bundle or whatever, and then like whenever it changes, it takes everything and slides it down. Whatever's on the very end gets taken off, and then adds another one right here. So you still have all this time to buy that one that you want. It's just the new stuff comes out new. The other stuff comes out like 2 days or 1 day or whatever. but it slides it down. You still have an option to be able to get that days later.
Yeah.
Instead of, I have to buy this skin right now or else I'm probably never going to see it again.
The best thing about the store is how they've made it more PC friendly with the Season 2. Because before, if you were on a PC, if you moved your mouse to click on the icon, because before you could scroll left and right on what you wanted to select, whether it was operators, whether it was the blueprints, you could select all that stuff, but that was between that and where all the actual things were above it.
Yep.
So if you're on PC, what you had to do was move your mouse all the way down, all the way over, up, and right, because if you just try to go straight to it, it would select, for me, it almost always selected blueprints as I was scrolling up and over, and so I can never go through the whole store without just like looping all the way around it. So this, I don't have to deal with that, which is the best thing about the store that they've changed.
Yeah. Battle Royale is supposed to leak tomorrow, man. I'm so uncertain about. Multiple people have told me this, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, if it's coming out tomorrow, why wouldn't they give us some kind of teaser?
Well, here's the thing. I think they may not release it tomorrow just out of spite because they had so much leaks on it, and then they pretty much went whole copyright thing on it everywhere that they were able to find it.
I don't know. I feel like if they go through the trouble
probably
to do that, it's not going to come out tomorrow. The reason why is they're probably it's going to be in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like it's not going to be tomorrow.
I feel like the original plan was to drop it tomorrow, but especially with the size of the freaking Season 2 download, because what we got was a lot, but it wasn't 65.
It wasn't a whole other fucking game.
Yeah, it was 65 gigabytes for me update, and I'm like, okay, so we did get 2 new maps in there. We got an operator and everything, but a map might be 10 to 12 alone. I'm like, that doesn't account for
60
half
gigabytes
of it.
Is another game.
Yeah,
Dude.
like
that's another.
Like if
go to
you
the
want
store.
a max size for all the maps and everything you got, you're talking about half the file size, and the only thing we can think of is the Battle Royale that.
And it wasn't even on PlayStation, it wasn't even a full update. You had to go into the game and go to the PlayStation Store and download an add-on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't even like your game's gonna update. It's like, nah, you gotta go in here and physically download another.
And they added this classified slot for it that people have been able to get into, either accidentally or through some game glitching, but they've been able to see the map and everything, and it looks amazing, and it looks plenty big. They plan on being able to get ground war to 100 people, but I don't know if their servers are capable, but I think that with the map size, they could easily put in 100 people on that map.
They've also apologized the last 2 updates, because the one update before that was like 80, wasn't it? Like 70 something gigs, and then this one was like 50 something. They've apologized. A lot.
All of them, I think, have been
Twitter.
more than 60.
Yeah.
At least on PC. I don't know if PC and PlayStation are different. Normally, they're fairly similar, but with this game, there's really no telling, because the first update was larger than what the initial download game was when I first got it. And that came with literally the campaign, all the original maps, and everything. And so I'm like, am I re-downloading the game with all the bug fixes and everything? It was ridiculous. But we've had 3 major updates now, and all of them have been like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
They've apologized for it, but I mean, it's got to be something that...
It doesn't bother me too much, other than when I get on and I want to play. I just wish there was a way to like auto download. That way, when I got home from work, it was up and ready to go.
Other than leaving your fucking PC on.
I don't know. I guess we just have to wait and see. But it's weird to me that it's not gonna be. There's not any kind of like There's no
official teaser.
Yeah, like.
And I think
guess what? Tomorrow,
I think the reason why is because the video footage was leaked. The video footage that I think Activision had as their get ready for Tuesday, this is what's going to be released, that whole video was leaked. And that's why I think they went and got all the copywritten things. Because now if they release that video officially, everyone's already seen it. Like, all the stuff that they could get people hyped about, like, has been leaked. And now they're like, we're the second person on the gun with our own stuff. Like, I think there's
that, or they could have been doing like a surprise release of it, and then without it being leaking, it was just like that's probably why they're not doing a trailer for it, is because they
That's what
didn't
it was.
have one because they were
When
probably
they added the
surprised.
classified tab and everything, like, we kind of knew it was coming.
Well, I mean,
But then, like, all their
even in
thunder
the-
was just like,
Well, I mean, even in
stolen
the
from
video,
under
the video with the but when you put the, you turn the game on, it's got ghosts coming down. It's 100% like this is the battle royale.
well, yeah.
Because you got like the 3-man squad going through. One guy gets killed, kills the other guy. And, it's the same character, and then Ghost is like, they're killing their own people. What's going on? Like whatever. And you're like, no, this is the battle royale. And then there's a giant fucking tab in the main screen you can't click.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
Who
I
was it?
want it.
feel
I
like they
want
went
the
the
battle
wrong-
royale. I want
Was
it.
it you that said they wouldn't put a battle royale in this game?
I didn't say that.
I can't remember who it was then. Someone was like, no, they'd never do that. And I was like,
Only,
I don't
the,
know.
only the Sith are dealing absolute.
fair enough.
I mean, I would love for it to drop tomorrow. I'd be ecstatic. But
I wouldn't, because that means I'm going to be pulling a late night before work. That's what that means.
well, I mean,
Who needs sleep?
oh, I don't know. But okay, yeah, you guys ready to move this on to the big blue hedgehog or little blue hedgehog?
Yeah.
Ready for this? Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. What'd you think?
I had high expectations for it because it looked so good after the remake trailer, and then it even surpassed it. Like, it was a very entertaining movie, and that's what I wanted to go watch it for. Entertainment, laughs, got all of it. Like, there were a couple of parts where I laughed, deep throat laugh where it's like, oh man, I'm choking now.
Dude.
Like,
Oh, I'm deep throating. I'm choking now.
dude, just those, like,
Do you realize what you just came out of your mouth?
after you repeated it, I did. But a good stomach laugh, let me put it like that. Very entertaining. What about you, Jacob? What do you think? Did you get some good deep throat laughs in there?
Were you choking?
Yeah.
Were you balls deep on this movie?
No, like
Oh my goodness.
I felt like a lot of the jokes were pretty funny, but like I think it's what you said earlier. Like I said, I liked Jim Carrey in the movie. I feel like he did a good part, and your response was he really Jim Carrey'd it. But I don't know. I felt like it was good. Like even though he did his own take on Robotnik, that it was like
I feel
It worked
like
really well.
Robotnik, I feel like that character in the games has always been kind of like, kind of like cringy, kind of like, "Nyeh," like kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to like. I just feel like when they sat down and were like, who can we cast in this really specific odd role? Jim Carrey was probably the one and only choice, and he was like, it was a good choice. I mean, that's,
absolutely.
I feel like those two parts, like, they kind of meet together. It wasn't like, yes, he Jim Carreyed it, but it's like that's what needed to be done to make that role good.
Yeah, when people told me that Jim Carrey did a great job in the role, I'm like, all I can imagine him with, I told you, is him and Liar Liar, like that kind of goofball person.
Yeah.
I was like, that's like, how can Jim Carrey be like in a somewhat serious role? And then I watch it and I'm like, that's how. He wasn't. He was Jim Carrey. I was like, he's the same character that you get in The Mask, pretty much. I was like, that's kind of what you get. Is just Jim Carrey being
Jim Carrey.
every role he's ever really been in.
All in all, I really wasn't expecting to be this good, but I wasn't expecting it to be bad because of like the whole changing Sonic thing and the redoing the animations and this and that and his design, which we talked about, might have just been like a publicity stunt just to try to get it traction and this and that. But I wasn't. I went in there and literally before I walked in the door, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good
The
or be
lizard
bad.
moved.
I was like, I don't know.
Sorry,
if it's gonna
our
be good.
cat is freaking out.
I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad. I went in there expecting literally nothing.
I was expecting a lot. I was actually genuinely excited for it. I feel like the movie was what it was.
Yes.
It wasn't. I feel like some people are kind of like really like overhyping it a little bit because I mean it's There is no big twist. There is no.
No.
It's just It's a fun movie. It's a good.
It's a fun, entertaining movie
yeah.
for laughs.
Yeah.
And don't expect it to be this huge plot twist.
No.
This isn't a cinematic film. This is a
hey,
I want to take my kids, or hey, I just like this character.
I mean,
kind of
like,
movie.
honest to God, I think my biggest problem with the film, I think that honestly, it's the whole James Marsden character.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it feels like the studio was like, we're unsure if the character Sonic can like lead the film by himself. I feel like in which he did, which I feel like in return, I feel like the movie would have been better if I could have changed one thing about it. I feel like if we would have removed that James Marsden character, was his name Tom or something?
Tom.
Because he's so almost unimportant. I feel like if you would have... honestly, I feel like if you would have got one of these, like, unknown, like, kid actors and put the kid in the role with Sonic, I feel like...
the kid trying to help Sonic progress?
I feel like it would have been better. Because I feel like...
This character's useless.
He was so pointless. I mean, like, he had a point, and it did make sense, but it's like, I just didn't care about him at all. Like, I cared about Sonic. I wanted to see Sonic.
It wasn't how he was going to help Sonic. Like, that's not what was important about it. It was, hey, okay, you're helping him, but that's not what's important. What's important is, can Sonic complete what he's going for?
Yeah, and it's just like, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like that wasn't really the only thing. Like, the only issue with it. I wasn't...
It didn't bother me at all, so you guys watching, if you haven't seen it, it didn't bother me at all, but I can see your point.
He's fine in it. He's fine in it. It's nothing to do... I
don't feel like there was any bad acting from him either.
No,
now that you talk about it, I'm sitting there like it kind of, like he kind of is pointless. Like you said, has a
just
point.
kind of understanding he would have liked a slightly different storyline is what it sounds like.
Yeah, just kind of little more Sonic heavy.
Yeah.
Just a little more Sonic in general.
But he did help add some comic relief by having Sonic interact with him.
Yeah, that was
which I think did help with some of the dead spots of the movie. That seemed like they were trying to get from point A to point B.
That's why I wasn't saying, like, let's remove a side character, but, like, add something different.
Yeah. It was like trying to give him a supporting role to a lead. And it was almost like trying to make him a co-lead instead of it being just...
There was definitely some weird times where you could tell, like, they're acting, and you can tell that they're acting to nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can tell, like...
When the house is getting destroyed and it's just standing there?
Like,
that's all that happens?
Yeah, like, you can tell, like, he's, like, talking, and you can tell that he's, like, not, like... Where Sonic is in the film, he's not looking...
They don't have a ball or anything to tell him where to position.
The weirdest part was me with the end where they, like, hug Sonic, and they go right over him.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that they just put Sonic, like, right here.
Yeah.
Like, because they're like, let's hug like this, and like, they're not even touching Sonic.
When they're when they're in the special room at that point.
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
Or the time when he picked Sonic up.
Like, they were so far apart, and I'm like, he's like half that size. Like, when they both sat down, that part is the biggest, like, most notable.
Yeah, that was... but other than that, it was really fun. I mean, this was the first time you see Sonic in live action. It was awesome. I think the CGI was really great.
CGI. Especially with the robots.
Oh my god, yeah, it was phenomenal. Sonic never looked... You know, sometimes you get, like, big, heavy CGI. Like, a lot of the time they would do, like, they were criticizing the Avengers movies because sometimes like, Iron Man looked kind of weird.
Yeah, too CGI-ish.
Yeah. Sonic never looked like that.
No. And
like, it was...
Sonic went from, like, he's fake, but when you watch him, it's nothing that you're over...
I think
you never watch it and you're like, oh, that's CGI.
I think it's the aspect of, like, looking at somebody like Iron Man, who's not CGI, and then put him into space, like in that one scene where he flies around and he is CGI, you can tell. Yeah. But Sonic being completely CGI, and you know he is...
None of it stands out.
None of it stands out more than, like, a regular human being.
When things happen to Sonic and he doesn't look like his, I don't want to say base form, but, like, just the generic what he is throughout the whole movie. Like all of those almost expansions on him, I thought looked freaking phenomenal.
True.
Oh, it did.
And the lightning effects in some of those scenes that we saw in the trailers and all, some of those were just.
I just think like
beautiful.
Sonic as a character was awesome.
Yeah.
Like he was funny. He was like just like relatable. Just a genuine like.
He didn't overdo it.
No, it's just like he was kind of like a really good 16-year-old kid, kind of felt like.
And the way he interacted with people was great, considering the backstory of how long.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go into any spoilers. So I'm trying to be really down.
Hey, you get away from that lizard.
So, but the reason that Sonic's on Earth and all, and then the reason he hasn't interacted, the way that he acts throughout the movie based on all that before is great. I do have one little issue that I'll bring up when I get into the spoiler time. But like just his character development in one movie was phenomenal. And
Yeah, it was.
to think
Didn't
of
feel rushed.
to think of a Sega game being a good movie,
Yeah.
for me was really hard to understand. And then on top of that, they made collecting the golden rings
A thing.
a thing. Like the whole time we're like, why is this
I
going to be
didn't
important?
think about that, dude.
I was like,
No, they gave 'em a
how are
purpose.
these going to be like? The sole purpose of
Sonic.
of Sonic the game is collect the rings and go fast. And
Did
the
they
whole-
go like right over your head?
That
with
went right over my head, Chief. The whole point of this movie was getting the damn rings.
Yeah. So
Let's go, dude.
So I was like, how do they like
Wow.
include this in the movie? And then you sit down and you watch it, and it's like, if you didn't know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But I liked Sonic, and I was like, how are they going to incorporate that
Every
the
time
whole
we
time?
have this podcast and we talk about something, I always come out of it like liking it more because there's always different things that
In your
you
mind,
guys-
that you miss.
Yeah, I cannot. Damn, they really did do that, didn't they?
And the whole time before even starting the movie, that was the only thing on my mind was like, how are rings going to be included? Like, we see one little snippet of one in a trailer, but I'm like, but how's that going to play out in the plot? And then you realize that, hey, collecting rings are really like the main plot line. And
No, because
I think
they
we
give
can
them
say
a
that.
purpose,
I think,
too.
yeah, we give them purpose. We give them a reason for why you would collect them in a game for fun.
Yeah.
But also a way to include them in this movie.
or including
and
this,
it's-
if they ever make another one,
If they ever make, yeah.
if they have a purpose to get, they're special.
Yes. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to jump into the spoilers?
Yeah.
I think so because I'm like, I don't think I can say any more without spoilers
So you-
at this point.
Yeah.
I highly suggest.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you like fun, entertaining movies, this is a good one. Or if you're just looking for a movie to take your kids to that you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
like
stuff.
my theater was pretty packed with a bunch of kids, and I mean, I went with me and my wife, and I'm almost a 25-year-old man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. And just being in a theater with a bunch of kids and just hearing like just the laughing and
Yeah.
like normally you get kind of annoyed if kids talk. There's one kid behind me. I just chuckled every time he kept talking because he was just like, oh, he would just like make little comments, you know, like about what Sonic's doing and stuff.
Hey, you want to be on a podcast?
And no, I mean, I was just like, this is 100% a movie for anybody. Like if you like Sonic, it's a movie for you.
Yeah, you're not going to watch Star Wars and you listen to fucking kids laugh. You're going to watch a game that you grew up with.
Yeah.
And be incorporated to a movie that kids love now. That is just like, this is another way for them to appeal to kids and then have like love that character like you did. So I mean, it
Quick
just makes it really good.
question before we jump into spoilers. Do you guys think that Sega, being like the big name on who made this movie, do you think they're going to try to get into the whole DC and Marvel thing of, hey, we have all kinds of games.
The SCU, the
Are
Sonic
we-
Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to start
I
getting a
mean-
whole lot more? Like,
I mean,
feel
it's
like they can
definitely
do
possible.
it. And they can do it. So have you guys seen Pixel? Where all the games come to life and they're... Okay, so it's a fun little standalone movie where like Pac-Man and all these other games come into the real world through all this other stuff. And I'm like, if Sega just wanted to have like a line of single movies of like all their games that are just funny and unique and all the characters just doing something and kind of match it along the lines of Pixel or anything like that, I think we could easily get, 6 or 7 good, entertaining, family-friendly movies that people of all ages would enjoy. So when I saw Sega instead of, another, like it's Paramount and then it's Sega Paramount. So when they threw that in there, I was like, you know what? If they decide that, hey, we're going to have a couple of Sega movies,
I'd be all for it.
I was like, depending on which ones they pick, I'd definitely be down.
I'm all for it. There's a lot of material there for them to use.
There is.
So
even if they're like, okay, we can't do just this. Because Sonic, you have enough stuff you could do your own movie.
Yeah.
Maybe others they can't, but they're like, what if we combine like 2 games into a movie? And then they're like occupy the same space.
I don't see I don't know. I mean, Doom, but they've been trying to make.
They've been making
Dooms
and the other
that are all
Doom
fucking trash
games coming out.
Probably the only other one I was standing here that could be done well is like a Yakuza game, or you look at Yakuza movie, they can make Tetris. Other than that, I'm not
you don't
sure.
see any.
You just sit there for an hour and 41 minutes and just.
I mean, Sonic
Blocks
is
falling and people running for their lives.
Bayonetta. I don't know.
I don't know about
Yeah.
I mean,
Flat Bayonetta.
I said it before a long time ago. I would 100% love a Sonic like trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I would love
if we
to
get
see,
a Golden Sonic like at the end of a trilogy, that would be awesome.
I'm gonna say so. Let's go. Okay, so that's spoiler section, or we're jumping into spoilers now.
Yeah.
You want to go see the movie? Pause it. Go watch the movie. Come back. Listen to what we got to say, or listen, or goodbye.
If you're like my wife and don't mind spoilers, stick around.
Stay around. My favorite thing, honestly, my favorite thing, is when Sonic's on his home world, and I was just this leads into like how they can make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Knuckles clan.
When they break it or
when they go kill the bird.
Yeah.
Those
shit.
That was Knuckles. That was Knuckles' like whatever he is.
It took me so long. I was like, like, that looks familiar. That looks
I
familiar. And then it was finally when it left that scene, like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh my gosh.
What got me, what triggered it instantly, when they jump on the tree and she closes the door, I saw big eyes, like Sonic's eyes, and I was like, what the hell is that? And then I saw when they were like trying to shoot the things, and then I saw the red, like, dreads, and I was like, bro.
Oh, I didn't see red dreads, but no, everything, because it was kind of black. Whenever I saw it, but everything else, I was like, man, that looks so familiar. Like, why can't? Like, I know this. And then finally, like 5 minutes after that scene, where the bird dies, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Knuckles. It was like, it literally took me that long.
It's not specifically Knuckles. It's Knuckles. It's a clan of like his, whatever the hell Knuckles is. Is Knuckles a hedgehog?
I think Knuckles is no.
I'm gonna Google it.
Okay.
I keep talking.
But I actually didn't get to see the end where Tails was included. So can you guys inform me on that? Because I actually had to run to the restroom.
Tails was included?
Apparently, the post.
Oh, it's a post-credit scene?
Apparently,
I got him left.
I knew it was a post-credit scene for this movie.
Because I really had to use the restroom. I left, and then I came out, and everyone was like, Tails! And I was like, was there a post-credit scene that I didn't see? Because I normally stick around to the very end, but I really had to use the restroom,
right,
and I came back and I was like, you've got to be
Knuckles
kidding me.
is an Enchilada?
Okay.
Whatever the real one looks like a hedgehog, but a fatter one.
They're pretty much same family as hedgehogs.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. I just couldn't remember what exactly it was.
Shadow.
Uh-huh.
Shadow was always one of my favorite ones too.
Okay, so how Dr. Robotnik was in this movie really allowed for the whole making Shadow.
Because now I have
he has
hair.
Yep. Yeah. And when that quill was included, I didn't think about it until towards the end.
I thought about it
because I was thinking of Shadow the whole time.
Yeah.
But with that movie, it doesn't give you too much time to think about all the other, what ifs and everything.
And it's
So-
not to say this fast paced because it's paced really well. It's just so
yeah,
much happens at so time. You're like, oh, cool.
And you're focusing on so many other things that when he picks up the quill, you're like, okay, that's going to be important, but how?
When he
Dr.
picked it
Robot-
up and he put it inside the thing, I was like, he's gonna make Shadow. I'm like, here we go.
Okay. I wasn't getting that just because I saw the trailer, but I wanted to see if they were going to include Shadow. But when they put him on Mushroom Planet at the very end,
Yeah.
I'm like, his way back is going to be Shadow. Whether it's Shadow finding a ring or anything along those lines. Like, I was like, this is going to be Robotnik's way back. This is going to be, if they decided to make a part 2, he still has that quill.
Yeah.
And then that's how he can make Shadow.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the video right now. There is a second post credit scene where you do see Tails, which I'm really pissed off that I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always stay until it's like full on black, but I was literally like,
I wish they would just tell us, man. I wish they would just like. Is that all we see is his feet?
So with that being said, if we don't get a part 2 with the post credit scene, then
Oh my god, he's so cute.
You get the whole thing?
He's so cute.
Why
too.
did I leave?
we'll have to put up pictures if I remember.
And he can fly. Look at his tail.
Oh my gosh. Yep, and I missed all that because I drank too much soda.
Read Shadow Legends. I don't care.
Like everybody
so,
else.
You see the dreads?
Yeah, but movie was phenomenal. Going back,
Oh my god, he's so damn cute. Damn it, I'm pissed.
reel it
off.
back in,
I
reel it
left.
back in. I'm sorry I brought that up here, not at the end of the spoilers.
Crap! Dang it.
We might edit that minute just with some pictures and all.
I'm so pissed off with myself.
Literally, I went to the restroom. It wasn't more than 30 seconds. I came out. I drank way too much soda. I came out and they're like, Tails! And I was like,
I'm leaving. This is it.
I can go back and watch it. I'm at 18 premieres. I can go watch it for free. I might just be like, fuck it, give me a ticket. I'll walk in an hour and a half later and sit down for the ending and watch that credit scene.
Wow.
Because I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So
Tails, he's like,
that is literally people love Shadow, people love Knuckles. Tails is my
favorite?
homeboy, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I missed the best part of probably that movie.
Yeah, that is. I'm
pissed.
I would love a Sonic and Tails like fight Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Knuckles
Oh,
is
yeah.
always kind of like that Batman Superman vibe, where it's like we're gonna fight each other, but then we team up for Eggman, and they kind of like learn to be friends, right?
They're like frenemies.
Yeah.
They're like Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That's exactly
That's-
their
yeah,
relationship. Like we work along we work with each
Sonic
other.
really likes Knuckles, and Knuckles doesn't really like Sonic.
Yeah, that's exactly the
Like
relationship.
Knuckles is kind of just like, ugh.
Some more spoilers. The rings, because that's what's on my mind right now.
Uh-huh.
In the movie, the rings are a teleportation device. Where you pretty much think of a place, you throw them, and it creates a temporary transportation device that you can walk into. A portal that you can walk into and go somewhere. And apparently it's what all creatures in the universe that are advanced beyond the human race.
He also said, all of us here on Earth, this is how we got here. Did you catch that?
What?
When he was telling him what the rings do? He said that this is how all the beings who got here.
No, he
He
said
was like,
no. He said the opposite. He said this is how all the beings, except for the people here, move around the universe.
I thought
So
so
there-
there was multiple people here.
No, the rings,
He said all the people that are more advanced.
all the advanced species use these rings to travel.
Okay.
It was kind of a smack to humans, just being like, y'all are so far behind.
Yeah.
That's really what it kind of felt like.
Is it-
But he had to get them because his whole life, he was given the ability to run really quickly. And people were trying to harness that power. And so we get that when he's on his home planet as a kid. And so his guardian gives him these rings and is like, hey, you're always going to be running for your life. Here's a list of places you can go to. Stay there incognito as long as you can, but when people are after you, here's the next location to go to. That's the whole kind of plot of this movie. And so then we pick up with a couple of years later, he's on Earth, just kind of following around. You want to take it from there. But that's kind of where the rings play into part, and then he loses them.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of following now, like, he kind of, like, makes a friend with the James Marsden character, like, just follows him around and, like, observes his life.
The old Tom.
And,
or Tim is.
yeah, and then he
The Donut King?
the Donut Lord.
Lord.
I think, you know what I love the most is when, like, he dropped the rings and they made the sound.
Yes.
Like, it makes the sound, like,
The ching.
and I was like,
They almost kind of do it like exactly how the game does it. How like whenever he gets hit or something,
When you get hit and you lose them.
falls back, and they all just kind of you can see him at the very like top of him or whatever. But when he hits, it like scatters outward.
Yeah.
When he drops them, they like hit and they all go like out.
Yep.
It was pretty cool.
yeah, and then pretty much, you know, he causes a blackout, then they bring in Robotnik and try to track him down, and then it's a, you know, nationwide manhunt to find Sonic. Sonic's trying to find the rings. Which is just brilliant. I can't believe I didn't take one up in my head.
The fact you didn't pick up on that just amazes me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I cannot believe
that was the very first thing I noticed.
It's amazing me that, like,
that you didn't pick
yeah,
up
I'm
on
like, what the
it.
hell, dude? Man. There's not really much, I mean, like, besides just saying the end. I mean, they beat Robotnik, they put him in the Mushroom Planet, that's pretty much it. But, I mean...
He still has the quill. Like...
Yeah, he still has one of Sonic's which is such a... I'm not going to question it because it's a Sonic movie, but it's like, does that thing ever lose power?
No. Remember, he analyzes it. It
No,
says
power
infinite.
limited, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, shouldn't it go away?
I would
Or
think
should it
so,
go away
but
when Sonic, like, took the energy from it or something?
that part,
That
I
part
thought,
I thought was a little weird.
Yeah.
But he may have just used it to get the little surge of energy, and because it's still infinite, that it still goes.
which I'm not gonna lie, that felt like a full-on anime power-up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
extreme, and I was like,
Sonic is like an anime
oh
character,
shit, this is gonna... I know, but in a live
kind of.
action...
I mean, he's
like, if they ever made a live action
Sega's
Dragon Ball Z,
they have.
those power-ups have got to be beyond weird. This one, it wasn't. It was just like Sonic being like,
Turn around,
I'm
fucking
done
lightning.
with you.
You know
I'm
what, dude?
done with
I'm fucking
you.
done.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm done.
Like that meme.
It was, yes. You underestimate my power. He's
yeah.
like, throw the damn ring.
I
And
also,
then
yeah.
the guy's just like, Tom's like, and Sonic's like, I know what's about to happen.
Speaking of memes and stuff like that, the one of the funniest parts I found was that like he was like, so you just been here spying on us this whole time? He's like, I wouldn't call it spying. I call it hanging out, but nobody knew I was here and I wasn't invited. And I was
Yes.
like, okay.
I just love the very when they first start talking, and he's like, or Tom's like, he's like, are you gonna kidnap us? Are you gonna invade us? He's like, you
kidnapped me.
He's
Yeah.
like, good point.
Good point.
Good point.
Fair enough.
And then he's like, why do I need to help you? And he's like, you're right. Where's San Francisco? He's like, it's west. Okay. Pew! As you can tell, I can't do this myself, and I'm here because of you.
I'm wet. I'm cold. There's a
He
fish in
straight
my
up-
head.
He straight up guilt traps him. He's soaking wet. He's got a fish on his head, seaweed coming out.
I like how he realized
And
that his guilt trap worked because he's
Yeah.
guilt tripping him into it, and he's like, I was like, all right, fine, get in the car. He's like, wait, really? Like, oh shit.
Shakes it up.
It
I
worked.
love how he shakes his, and then he gets a little poofy.
Yes.
Fucking afro he's got.
I thought it was really cute when he got the shoes from the little girl.
Oh,
The fucking
That-
Nikes.
yeah, that
They're not
was
Nikes.
a little heartfelt.
There was a Nike check on the tongue.
No, they're not. They're Adidas. You can buy them in real life.
I could have sworn I seen that.
They're Adidas. You can buy them. They're
They
literally
are
Sonic
Adidas.
brand
They're-
shoes.
The white strip that you're thinking of, it is very similar to the Nike swoosh, but it's not.
Adidas literally partnered with Sonic in the movie and made these shoes.
No, I understand that. I'm not calling you wrong. I'm just in my mind I'm trying to picture that.
the
symbol.
Sonic shoes are the Nike symbol upside down. That white strip. That's what it is, where that white comes over and then loops into the bottom of the shoes. It's like the Nike swoosh upside down.
Nike.
But no, it was Adidas.
Okay. Because I mean, like, you don't really get like, it's like a quick couple seconds of the shoes up close, and he puts them on, and he's, you know.
The way they transitioned from the real shoes to the CGI shoes on him, was so smooth. Like, it is very hard to go back and forth. Kind of like
they were.
So can I say one thing that like I am glad, and this might be really weird.
I'll put them outside.
Freaking the lizard out. This is so weird, but I'm really glad that they didn't show Sonic's feet. Like when he put the shoes on, I'm glad they didn't show his feet.
You think it would have just been weird?
I think it'd been weird, and I think yeah.
Because it's something really hard to make CGI and like.
Because you don't really see his hand. His hands are just in gloves, so it's just like white gloves. That's kind of.
It's a body part that's really hard to recreate in a way that wouldn't be weird. The footprints were fine, and then the holes in the shoes. That part, did you guys get?
No, yeah, it kind of emotional.
You almost got emotional. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think
damn.
of it this whole time, but this guy's homeless.
Yeah.
Like when they show you because when they were trying to trace him, when they're like. They were showing the shoes within the footprint.
Yeah,
there.
I was like, I thought he was just stepping real hard or something.
I was like, what footprint leaves your toe markers?
Yeah,
in
she's like
in the shoes, and then you finally get later on in the movie where you're like, oh, he's worn them out.
Yeah.
Then you feel bad for the
which
guy.
I would think does not take very long for Sonic to do.
One run. let's be honest.
But I don't know. It's. That's them.
Yeah, they are.
I think in the movie I just missaw like where that orange piece was.
You know what I think it was?
It looked like roaches.
You know what I think it was? I think that I think that in the original Sonic trailer,
yeah,
I think he was wearing Nikes before they redesigned him.
I don't know where I got it, but I could have sworn I seen it, but
maybe true, maybe not. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
I don't know. Anyway,
what was I just fixing to say?
Talking about the shoes.
No.
well, other than that, like, what else would you talk about for spoilers other than the ending?
I don't know if we could, other than Dr. Robotnik is a dick. His sidekick. Whole time I'm like, is his sidekick just gonna like team up with Sonic one
No,
day?
his sidekick is fucking perfect. I loved it. The whole like coffee thing, where he's like dancing.
Do you think I want coffee?
Because I
Of
do.
course I do.
Because I love the way you make it. Right.
That was awesome.
That was pretty funny.
But
He gives him a high five, just walking. He's like, "Ka!" Hits him in the fucking throat. He's like, "Let yourself up."
pin yourself to the wall.
But the perfect thing is that he leans in like he's actually pinning him. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that he knew to do it himself, meaning it's happened before.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pin yourself to the wall.
Yeah.
I love that dynamic. It's so perfect.
I don't know if there's anything else to add. I mean, well, the way
Olive Garden may have paid a pretty penny to make 2 cameos in there.
Olive Garden paid a lot of money, and I think Mellow Yellow did too.
Mellow Yellow's in there a lot.
I didn't even notice Mellow Yellow.
When he's getting the shit out of the cave, and he's like, "Okay, I gotta
There's
go get
Mellow
it."
Yellow
Take
cans
it.
everywhere.
He's like, "Oh, Mellow Yellow." He's like, "I can leave that. I can get that anywhere." And he's like, he goes and he turns around. And he's like,
At the bar, they order a Mellow Yellow.
and at the very end,
Oh my gosh.
when he put him in
All
the
of
attic,
it's starting
there's
to...
another Mellow
I
Yellow.
never noticed it, but I
Yeah.
did notice the Olive Garden because he's like, I don't have any apps in my phone except the ones that came pre-installed. And Olive Garden. And then at the very end when the military guy comes
They
in,
say the slogan.
just open it and have a look. And then he opens it up and it's a $50 Olive Garden gift card and I'm like...
They also say the
Okay.
slogan. Like, he's like, and the Olive Garden app. He's like, because you know, when you're there, she's like, you're a family. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
It was funny. I didn't like.
You know it works though, because we left and my wife was like, "There's Olive Garden," and I'm like, "It's 10 o'clock."
You know where my
Infinite
wife is
breadsticks.
You know where my wife is right now?
Right now.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Damn it, Sonic!
You know it worked though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I can really add anything else. Oh yeah. Besides the way he looks, what was I gonna say? The way a Robotnik looks at the end.
He's got the fucking mustache.
Oh, when he
He's
shaves
got
his
the,
head,
he shaves his head. Got the big, like
homeless
big-
man beard
I don't know if I've ever seen
It's a
Riddick.
mustache.
or mustache. Yeah,
It's big. It's like this.
I don't know if I've ever seen the Riddick movies with Vin Diesel, but like that's how he shaves his head, and I got that fucking vibe the whole time because like it goes to him on his waistline area, and he's just fucking the knife, and so I was like,
with his goggles and everything.
yeah, I was like, this is fucking Riddick.
Dude,
I just like when he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
you want a head start?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, that was really funny.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance.
And at the end, the one thing he yells is not like Sonic or anything. It's reconnaissance.
Because
It's not like Dan who's Sonic or anything like that. It's reconnaissance. Reconnaissance.
But yeah. Final thoughts.
His assistant's probably living it up right now. But other than that,
I need a Sonic 2 with.
I'd love to
at
see
this
it
point.
again. To be honest,
I
want to go see it again.
don't feel that,
I do.
but I really want to see a Sonic and Tails movie.
Yeah, and I would like, if not Knuckles, Shadow, or both.
I think Knuckles is definitely gonna come first. Though. Well, I don't know because with the Quill,
with the beginning, probably, but
I could definitely see a Sonic and Knuckles movie, or Sonic and Tails like
after
V Knuckle, and then a third movie being Shadow.
with the three of them
That's-
against Shadow,
that's fair.
Yeah.
that would make more sense. And then we could get Super Sonic,
Yeah.
which is
Super Saiyan's on it.
I didn't.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I did not want it in this movie unless it was like just for a second in a standalone movie.
Like
What,
I kind of
Super
got the
Sonic?
hint
Yeah,
of it.
Super Sonic.
I kind of got the hint of it, like whenever he started powering up at the
Yeah.
end. I thought he was gonna get mad, and I was like, but don't he need like certain amount of rings or something like that?
He needs the
Like,
gems.
I was like, I don't know about this, and then like he doesn't do it. I'm like, it kind of hit me at first. I was like, there's something else special he has to do to power up, so I know it's not coming.
yeah.
I'm happy with that.
It's the gems.
Yep.
He needs all
They
six.
didn't overdo it. They
He
didn't.
needs all 6 Infinity Stones. It's basically what they are. I mean.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
See, to make it a trilogy, I think they could make 6 because you could easily get like 5 of them. Just we teleported to all 5, and then the 6th one's where Dr. Robotnik is, and
with
that's
Shadow, and Shadow's
with
like,
Shadow and
grabbing
Shadow
it?
and Shadow already has it, and it's like, oh great! Like I
End.
I
third movie.
I could see that. Yeah, the second movie is, hey, we find Tails along our journey. He tags along. We get all 5, and then the 6th one is, we actually have a major issue.
And like, I would love it so much, and this would make me even have my only problem with the movie is if the next movie is just Sonic and Tails. You don't have to have a
Supporting
you
character.
don't have to have a human supporting character.
No.
You just do Sonic and Tails.
Yeah, like you would have the others just at the beginning as kind of a send off.
Yeah,
And then just
Yeah,
go
because
from
they kind of
just Sonic for the first
and let them go from world to world.
the first planet or so, and then Sonic alone for the first planet or so runs into Tails. They hit it off, and then go get all the others. Like,
Did anybody catch the name of the town?
Yeah, ever.
oh,
Green Hills.
Green Hills,
Green
yeah.
Hills.
That's the first level of the Sonic game. It's titled Green Hills.
No.
Oof!
Oh my! I missed that.
I saw it, like, because I was a little bit late to my movie, but when I got in there and I sat down immediately, it was like, yeah, I'm a sheriff for Green Hills. And I was like, Green Hills sounds really familiar. Fucking halfway through the movie, when he's fucking arguing with him about, why would you leave this and that? Green Hills is a perfect place. I was like, Green Hills. And it hit me, and I was like, that's the first fucking level of the fucking Sonic game.
It is. That's what it's called.
Green Hills.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow.
See,
They
I
did a
missed
good
that.
job with this movie.
Sure you don't want to watch it twice?
There was a couple good too. I can't remember any of them. There was a couple like really good like funny like meme references.
Yeah,
Like,
meme
nowadays.
references and one-liners that.
Floss.
He flossed a lot, which is funny. No, there was something else though. They said something. I can't remember what it was though.
Well, the Blue Devil. I don't think we talked about that. There's a crazy guy in the movie who swears he's seen the Blue Devil, which is Sonic, and he holds up a picture of the Blue Devil.
And it's the like the Reddit.
It's the original bad trailer meme Sonic.
No, it's not from the trailer. It's from that's Sanic.
That's Sonic.
The meme.
Yeah.
Like from like 5-10 years ago, probably now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's an old meme. Gotta go face that where he's fucking like this.
Yeah. I thought that originated after the trailer,
that's
but
next,
it's way old.
Next fucking movie, I want the meme with the fucking guy running into the gotta go fast and runs into the damn coffee table. That guy, I want that guy to run across the screen, somewhere in the line.
Yeah.
That's Sanic.
God.
Yeah.
Sanic, Hedgehog. Know your meme.
But yeah, there was a
2010.
lot of funny stuff. I just can't remember a lot of them.
Oh shoot, what was? Not get this bread. He referenced like a one-liner meme. Which one was it? Anyway, there's several of them in the movie.
And they're not
But,
overdone.
They're not. They're just little, almost cameos.
I don't know if like
so
I don't know if
short
it's just
that
like I see him as like a kid and it's like funny.
Yeah.
But like
He is. Yeah, he's a kid.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's like because he's a kid that he's doing the memes that it's not overdone. They don't feel overdone.
No.
There's not one of the memes in there where it's like, oh, and you're like,
Like,
there was a lot of them. I was like, I like it.
when he starts flossing, I'm just like, oh, he's flossing. And I'm like, but he's a kid.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't.
It's
doesn't
like how
feel
you react to a
overdone.
regular kid, like a real kid doing the floss. You're like,
You only overreact to it because you've seen it so much.
yeah.
I really thought when doing the floss, he'd do it like Supersonic though.
Just
Just like
start real
start off
slow.
slow and then just yeah. But other than that, no
The
final
part that kind of
thoughts.
caught me off guard is like he's like, you have to help me because my legs feel like Jello, and he was like gonna walk away. I didn't really like catch it, but he goes and just falls like, oh help! Like that part kind of was like, all right, that's pretty funny. But
So yeah,
I'd recommend seeing it. I'm probably gonna go see it a second time.
I'll bring it home.
This has been another episode of Operation C.M.G. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
You can also follow us on social media at Operation CMG on Facebook and Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram at op_CMG. You can also directly email us at operationcmg1047 at gmail.com. Over and out.